You know who it is, Doc Castaneda, expert life coach, recovery coach, intervention professional. I know I don't get a whole lot of views on my channel, maybe like 50,000 total, but I've only have so many subscribers. But to those who have subscribed, hopefully some of my content helps you. I've gotten a chess lately. Recently, I've been playing against, grandmaster bots and different things like that, recording motivational quotes. This time I'm gonna record about starting a business, right? I formed an LLC, so I'm in the process of trying to make a business happen, make something of myself, do something with my life. As a recovery coach, recovering from my past addictions and my mental illness and all that, but also making an impact in society and helping others along the way while building a future for myself and providing for my family. If I'm successful, and hopefully I do become successful. What I did was I went to zenbusiness.com, ZEN business.com, and for an LLC, it's $300 state taxes and then $300 a year to maintain the documentation and the paperwork and the proper documentation, I believe. Filing taxes, keeping up with maintenance and the legal aspect of maintaining an LLC. So I click, get started. I called you, call them, but they're gonna have you pay for it online. Start filling out information, and then if you have any questions, just call them, talk to them. I have an LLC. This is my LinkedIn page. I'm gonna be getting started with bookkeeping. So I know that you can work as a bookkeeper, and if you go to Indeed, they have a lot of benefits. It's kind of like being an accountant, but it's like a junior accountant. Accountants have to go to college. A bookkeeper does not. And if I type in bookkeeper and I type in remote, if I want to work remotely, virtually, right? They pay some public accounting, 65,000 a year. Account manager. Let's see if I can find bookkeeping. Um, I've seen a lot of them before, so I don't know why it's not bookkeeper, QuickBooks. And you're going to want to become expert in QuickBooks, basically. They have also payroll, part-time bookkeeper. Look, see what this pops up. Now, Indeed is kind of messing up a little bit. So let's type in San Antonio and just type in bookkeeper. So kickstart your accounting journey as a junior bookkeeper, 18 to $22 an hour. Junior bookkeeper, accounts payable coordinator, finance accounting, 50 grand a year. So you can see with finances and money and just like accounting clerk, 25 bucks an hour, accounting specialist, junior accountant. So I guess more jobs might be on ZipRecruiter. So let's try ZipRecruiter. Um, bookkeeper. Maybe I spelled it wrong, but let's see here. No experience needed. Up to $31 an hour. Bookkeeper. Bookkeeper. Yeah, so there's bookkeeping jobs available. And I believe I might have spelled it wrong. Bookkeeper. No, I didn't. So, and there's also Glassdoor. So all I'm saying is, there's jobs out there for anyone to work remotely. I know the finding them is difficult, right? So the hard part is for me forming an LLC. You don't need an LLC, but what I'm trying to do is work on multiple clients. Now, the training I went to is QuickBooksTraining.com. This is where you're going to learn to master the software you're going to need to become a bookkeeper. QuickBooks training, right? Classes, courses, certification, live one-on-one help, right? So it's not cheap. It's not cheap. This one certification plan is 700 bucks, and then $50 a month extra every month for live one-on-one help, coaching, right? That's good. It's good to invest in yourself. If you're gonna invest in yourself, in your education, this is a solid career path that might be a career that you operate in for the rest of your life for the next 20 years to retire. Now, Intuit actually has Intuit bookkeeping. Intuit actually has a bookkeeping academy, I believe it was free training. They have a job like jobs available as bookkeepers with this company where they'll hire you remote bookkeeping jobs at QuickBooks Live Intuit, right? So they'll hire you, right? You got to have a year's worth of experience, just 1 year, right? Maybe 3 years of paid experience in a bookkeeper role or small business. So I guess it's 3 years now, it's minimum, right? So you're gonna need at least the online level one certification. Um, so there are some requirements. So finding the getting the experience is tough because they always want experience, right? But there are jobs available. Intuit's a huge company. I believe they operate with or partner or they created the software QuickBooks, right? It's by Intuit. So QuickBooks training, and if you go to just QuickBooks.com, QuickBooks.com, this is where you'll sign in to QuickBooks Online Accountant. And for me, it signs me in, but you're gonna have to create your account, and this will get you going with the software program you'll need to operate as a financial analyst, financial expert, as a bookkeeper, keeping records, right? So I've actually, you know, connected some of my accounts, which I don't want to show everything right now, but this is what it kind of looks like. It's not that complicated. I had to study cybersecurity for a few years, and this is 10 times easier than cybersecurity. If you ever thought of getting into cybersecurity, you gotta learn coding languages, you gotta learn cloud computing, you gotta learn like ethical hacking, DevOps, secure DevOps, all sorts of different things, to where it's difficult to master all these different technologies. It's always evolving, always changing. So cybersecurity, QuickBooks is a lot easier than that. And when you get into cybersecurity, you're probably doing entry level work, troubleshooting printers or something like that, iPhones. Starting off at low pay anyway. It's difficult to get those high positions. You have to be savant level, highly like autistic smart in some ways, to where you're like a savant, and you're just really good. Like an engineer, you want to be a cybersecurity engineer. That's a whole different ball game. A cybersecurity architect in IBM, Azure, Google Cloud, or AWS, that's tough, right? And those jobs are cutthroat competitive. So bookkeeping is less cutthroat competitive, right? As long as you're expert, you're good at what you do, you have experience, you've worked on the job, you can prove yourself. Then here's a few examples, right? You go down here to Pro Advisor, you go to training, and then you go to start learning. And this will take you to the certification path. I've started it, haven't completed it, 60% through certification on level one. You're going to want to master payroll because that, allows you to pay employees, right? So it's a little complex with taxes and all that, but you'll get the hang of it. It's not too complicated. So click on continue. There's only 5 modules. Go through them. It's all reading, some videos, some practice labs, sandbox environments. It's not too difficult, right? So this is what I'm doing, Pro Advisor Academy. I'm also going through QuickBooks training, and this is where I'm going to try to build a new life for myself, right? Get out of that dark place I was in over the years, get past all that psych ward trauma, all that prison, jail, psych ward, prison, dungeon. It's a really like a dungeon, man. It's like they do so many experiments on you. You have no rights. They treat you like garbage, like you're trash, like you're just some homeless bum destitute, worth nothing. They don't treat you like you have any dignity at all, and they'll just talk shit to your face and abuse you physically, emotionally, psychologically, and with chemical abuse. They kill. I've seen doctors kill patients with medications. They murder them. They just get away with it because they say, well, the medicine, it was an accident, blah blah blah. Doctors get away with murder. You can call the cops. They don't even do anything. They say there has to be an investigation. It's a crooked investigation. So I'm trying to leave all that behind me, work on something new. Go to Zen Business, get a company if you want to, you know, think about it, and if you want to do some QuickBooks training like me, just master this software. And just it's like a ledger. It's just like a ledger. You're keeping track of every single financial record coming in and out of companies, right? Everything they're paying for wholesale. If it's like a coffee shop, they're buying wholesale and they're selling retail for a profit. You're keeping track of all those financial records. It's once you get the hang of it, I mean, there's some teenagers, 15, 16 years old, that get certified in this training. 15, 16-year-old kids in high school, and they go on to become probably accountants. They start off as bookkeepers, they finish college and become accountants and get paid a lot more. So some of these top bookkeeping firms and accounting companies make billions of dollars a year. So they're just, some of these largest companies in the United States of America that are accounting firms, bookkeeping firms, they're making hundreds of millions, billions of dollars a year. So, there's a piece of the pie. There's you can get your cut, your piece of, a piece of the pie, kind of a break into the field, get your cut, show your worth, show your worth, prove your salt, and do the best you can. So that's all I'm asking of myself, and that's all I ask of anyone that wants to go on this journey with me. That's it. That's the video. Stay safe and take it easy.